Okay, so it is Disability Awareness Month. I got the month right this time. And I want to start off with asking probably the most second popular question. The first one being, do you wear hearing aids? And then the second one being, would you wear hearing aids? This is a bit of a follow-up video from the Deaf Woman Hears for the First Time, which I will link over there. I'm making this as a follow-up video of some sort because there were some things that I needed to clear up in a video. So before we get into the main part of the video, let's address some concerns. The first concern was that, well, you've already made up your mind about the hearing aids, so... And okay, you have a point, because I've always said that I don't really have much interest in hearing aids. I grew up without them, I wasn't able to get them, and I've just been completely used to not having them, so I've never really found an interest. However, that doesn't mean anything when it comes to my opinions or talking about my experience wearing or having an experiment wearing Chrissies hearing aids. My thoughts were about my experience for that 1.5 hour, 45 minutes that we were doing something. That's it. The second thing, and this was actually the most popular thing that was written, the reason why the hearing aids didn't work for you is because they were Chrissies and they weren't made for you. We had already acknowledged in the video that they were made for her, so they weren't going to work for me. We didn't do this to be like one size fits all. We knew that it wasn't really going to be the way that it probably would have been for me if I had hearing aids that were made exactly for me. Chrissy also knew that going in when she suggested that we do this. This whole thing was her idea, and Chrissy is a person who has been deaf nearly her whole life and has been wearing hearing aids for nearly her whole life. It was all her idea, not mine. Not trying to throw anybody under the bus here, but just saying that this whole idea did come from a person who has these things for a living, or for her entire life. It wasn't a video that was supposed to be the most informative or whatever. It was simply a fun experimental video that was just for the heck of it. And again, both things were already said in the video. And the third thing is that somebody, actually more than one person, suggested that I should do that free trial thing, which I actually had no idea that you could even do a free trial for a month. So that's new information that anybody can use. Seriously, nobody ever told me about that, and I've been to the audiologist a few times. However, I don't think it still counts as free when you gotta walk into the door. And because I do not have insurance, all specialists cost minimum $150 for me. So if I ever made enough on the ads, I could see myself doing that type of thing. But that same amount of money could be used for other expenses that are more immediate in my life and more important to me right now. But it would be a cool thing to do if that opportunity ever came around. I'm not opposed to it. So, do I want hearing aids? Some people think that I have been wearing hearing aids all my life, but when they find out, they go, wait a second, I thought you were wearing hearing aids all your life, but the truth is, no, that time was the only time that I ever wore a hearing aid. What I can say is, at this point of time, considering my life and the things that I do, and finances and all of that, I continue to have no interest in hearing aids. I don't think that they suit me in my life right now. One of them is cost, and again, I know that you can have a free trial and test them out for anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks. But the thing is that you still gotta pay to walk into the door, and then there's all the other follow-up appointments like buying new molds or whatever if something breaks, etc., etc. And I just have other things in my life right now that take priority over something that I don't really need at the moment. Like right now, I'm trying to get into therapy and whatnot and chronic pain stuff. That is more important to me, and that's where my money needs to go than that. And like I said before, hearing aids are very expensive. They're thousands of dollars per hearing aid. And I always said that hearing aids are not covered by insurance, but apparently somebody that I know, that I follow on Twitter, who follows me as well, Kat, said that if you are persistent in writing letters to your insurance company, they might actually cover it. I don't know for sure. I've never tried that. If anybody else has tried that, feel free to leave a comment down below. But hey, new information there. I touched on this in the comments in that other video, but my ears are very sensitive, so I can't have things in them for long periods of time. I don't like earphones or headphones on my ears for long periods of time, and I have to wear computer glasses when I stream, and just having something over the top, I can't do it. It hurts. It hurts within like 5 minutes. I understand that molds are made for the inside of your ears personally, but I just, And the last thing is my lifestyle. I am a homebody, I guess. I don't have a normal, 9 to 5 job. I work from home. I'm in front of a computer most of the time. I go out to events sometimes, but I always have accessibility there. When I go somewhere, like on my own, shopping or whatever, I just get people to write things down and whatnot. I still have some hearing that I can pretty much get by with a lot of things that I need to hear. If somebody's beside of me, I can probably sense it, but I just personally don't feel like I really need to have them with my current lifestyle of just being at home. If I had a 9 to 5 job with a boss that wasn't me, if I had coworkers, if I went to school again, whatever, things like that, I would definitely consider it and try to afford it because, well, that's me dealing with people on a regular basis. Having some sound would probably be beneficial. But for what I do right now, I just don't see it. I've always been an advocate for personal choices. If you want a cochlear implant, go get yourself a cochlear implant. If you want hearing aids, go get yourself some hearing aids. Do whatever works for you. If you don't want them, then don't get them. Every deaf person is different. I know a lot of deaf people who have hearing aids and cochlear implants, and I know a lot of deaf people who don't wear hearing aids and cochlear implants, even if they do qualify for them, even if they do work for them. They just personally don't want to, probably because of their needs in their life. They just don't need it. And I'm on that side of things. Simply, it's not for me right now. So yeah, that's just me. If you wear hearing aids or cochlear implants, or if you don't wear hearing aids and cochlear implants, I love to know your reasons why. Feel free to share your stories down below so everybody knows that, we're all different. Let's learn from each other. Now, before you go, if you haven't, consider being a pledge on Patreon. You get perks like music playlists, written content you won't see anywhere else, and pen pal letters if you go up high enough. And I'll see you later. Bye.